All that and more coming up later on Get Clever. Come on, girls. Got such lovely feathers. Oh, lovely until you peck me.
People go out bush without water, not realising they need so much water, and that's what happened to me. I was on a bow hunt and I pushed myself. My comms, I had communications radio with, I was out with my brother. My comms went down. I thought he's all right, he's got his comms. I was out of water, chased this goat, you know, did my thing, had to climb back up the mountain. By the time I got there, couldn't find my brother because the radio was down. Eventually found him and I said, I need some water. And his answer was, I'm out of water too. And we were literally hours away from any source of water. And so I went down, dehydration, collapsed. But fortunately, there was a tiny little bit of puddle that we'd passed on the mountain, only about this deep. So my brother went back and boiled some of that up, brought it to me, and I think I had about 3 cupfuls of that. And I could actually physically get up and walk again. So fortunately, we had that water, and fortunately, I was with somebody. Otherwise, what I do here is teach survival skills, survival and also primitive skills. You know, we've got sort of the typical ones, such as, you know, fire, shelter, water, navigation. Then we move into a lot of the long-term survival skills. Well, you never stop learning. That's the first thing. Even now, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. You know, I grew up, it was the generation just before computers came out. So the way we did things or learnt things or had fun was to be out in the bush doing things. So a lot of the sort of bushy type stuff I do anyway, especially when you're on your own. You can get into some really tricky situations and also quite remote areas. The knowledge saves lives, as simple as that. It's pure and simple. We get a lot of people here, especially young people. They grow up in cities, they want to start going out in the bush that they have no experience. And so those types of people, it's great to see the reactions and the change in them, and you get feedback going, wow, I didn't know that. You know, it's great. But we don't just teach beginners. I mean, I've taught special forces here as well. So we have a broad section of people, but the one best thing about teaching is knowing that you're actually potentially saving lives. Science can be used in building shelters, gathering food, for instance, bush foods, finding water, navigation, lots of things. I get told it's a dream job quite often, so a lot of the time, I just love being in nature, as simple as that. I have to sort of kick myself sometimes and think, wow, this is a job, because it doesn't seem like one. The things that I would recommend people always have in their backpack are cover the basics, fire, shelter, water rescue, so, you know, the obvious, and also a PLB, personal locating beacon, and snake bite bandages, very important. 3 tips for survival for kids. The main one is tell someone where you're going, okay? If you don't do that, don't go out. The second one in Australia, especially if it's hot, is water, take enough water, okay? And also navigate, learn where you are. Learn where you are, where you're going, where you want to go. If you can't do that, then you shouldn't be going out bush.
So I'm still pondering that question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? But I've been a bit distracted by these very cute baby chickens, which, as you know, are called chicks. Now, I'm not sure if you knew, but baby goats are called kids. Baby eels are called elvers, which sounds like something from a fairy kingdom. And then weirder still, baby fish are called fingerlings. But weirder than that, a baby hen is called a pullet.
There's nothing like a gentle stroll along the beach. Sand between your toes, the soothing sound of waves. The surf can be a dangerous place if you don't know what to look for. Have you ever been swimming, and no matter what you do, you're getting further and further away from the shore? You might have been caught in a rip. Rips are very dangerous and very powerful. But you can use your head and avoid being caught in one in the first place. Paige here is a professional surfer. So I bet she's been caught in lots of rips. Can you tell us what it feels like, Paige?
Well, a rip is like the ocean's own natural escalation system. So when you're caught in a rip, it can be really scary. You feel out of control, the water underneath you is really deep, and you don't know that you're getting constantly sucked out the back. But once you know how to get out of a rip, you can use it to your advantage. Surfers use it to get out the back super quick.
A rip is like a river in the ocean. Powerful, narrow channels of moving water. Stay with me. When we watch a wave hitting the beach, it's traveled a long way to get here, and as it's traveled, it's picked up lots of energy. All of that energy crashes onto the beach as a wave and sends water out in different directions. This water wants to get back out to the ocean. The water always follows the path of least resistance, which is usually out through a break in a sandbar or along the side of a jetty. The rip is like the trunk of the letter T running away from the shore, usually determined by the shape of the beach and the weather. The safest way to avoid getting caught in a rip is to have a good look before you jump in. Rips are usually darker in color, and from the beach, it looks like there are no waves breaking. Is there anything else we should be looking out for, Paige?
Absolutely. Usually there can be things floating in the rip making their way out to sea.
So remember, white is nice and green is mean. That means once you've sussed out the best swim spot, you can enjoy your swim. The best policy is to swim at a patrolled beach between the flags. That way you know you're safe. But there's always a chance you won't see a rip and you'll get caught in it. Then what do you do, Paige?
The first and most important thing to do is to not panic. If you panic, you use up so much energy, you can lose your breath and make really bad decisions. So like I said before about a rip being like an escalator, if you try to work your way straight into the shore, it can be like running up an escalator when it's going down, using all that energy. Now, a rip will usually stop once it gets all the way out the back, past the breaking waves. Once you get out there, you can swim parallel to the beach and make your way in. Now, even though I'm a good swimmer and spent most of my life at the beach, I always swim between the flags.
So if you take a look at the water before you take the plunge, you'll have a much safer time and have a much better day.
I'm ready to hit the water.
You look great, Paige.
Thank you. It's my Sunday beach look.
No, you're ready. You're ready for swimming. That's what.
Yeah, I swim like this. I don't want to get water in my eyes.
She's a professional surfer.
Yeah, I surf in the water.
Professionally.
Professionally. In H2O, molecules, balancing on a board.
What is a rhino horn made from?
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm a keeper here at the National Zoo and Aquarium in Canberra. Now, a rhino's horn may look like it's made from bone, but it's actually made from hair. It's made from keratin. It's the same substance that our hair and our fingernails are made from. There you go. Now, this is Eco. Here's one of 3 male rhinos that we have here at the National Zoo. Now, rhinos aren't born with their horns, but once they reach around 2.5 to 3 months of age, they start to develop it. And over the year, it will continuously grow. Now, it's really important for rhinos to have these horns. It states their dominance, as well as it's great as a defense mechanism. And they've actually got hair all over their skin. If we have a good close look at the back of a rhino, we can see the hair follicles covering that skin. So rhinos love spending hours in muddy wallows, and what we do here is help them out a little bit. We give them mud baths and a bit of a spa treatment. By rubbing the mud on their back, it helps protect any parasites from burrowing into their skin, as well as protects them from that hot sun. There you go, Eco, how's that?
Now, I've got a bit of a beauty routine in the mornings. I mean, I don't just get up looking like this. I have a shower, put my moisturiser on, do my makeup. But competition chickens have a morning routine too. They have a bath, and they sometimes have a brush which brushes out the dirt from their feathers, and then they even get a blow dry too. But you have to be really careful to dry their feathers in the right direction that they grow. And then ta-da! A glamorous, shiny competition chicken.
So if you have a treat like a marshmallow, do you savor it, save it for later, or do you just gobble it in your mouth and make it go to your stomach before you even had a chance to taste it? So today we're gonna do an experiment on delayed gratification versus instant gratification. Gratification basically means happiness or satisfaction. So delayed gratification basically means, even though I can have something right now, I'm willing to wait for something better later. Say, for example, I have a chocolate chip cookie. Now, I could eat that cookie right now, or I can save it for later, and so I can sit down, have a nice hot cocoa with it, and actually have a better experience. Now, do I have the power to resist the temptation right away? And how exactly do you distract yourself? So today I have some volunteers to help me figure out how to delay gratification or satisfaction. And it's a very tasty experiment indeed. I'm gonna split the kids into 3 groups and place these tasty marshmallows on a table right in front of them. Hey, group 1, you wanna come way down here, right there. So I'm gonna have the first group close their eyes and imagine how a marshmallow looks. All right, group 2, and the second group is gonna imagine how a marshmallow tastes. Group 3, all right, we're gonna get right here. So my last group is gonna imagine something completely different, like a pretzel. So the thing about delayed gratification is this: even though you really wanna eat the marshmallow, you really wanna hold off on it for something better. So you really have to distract yourself. It actually requires using the power of your mind. All right, group 1. So this is what I want you all to do. I want you to close your eyes and imagine what a marshmallow looks like. So can anyone just say what a marshmallow looks like? Go for it.
It looks like a cylinder. They're sometimes in different colors and sometimes you can get minis.
It also looks like a cloud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your job. You want to close your eyes and think about what it looks like. All right, so group 2, I have a job for you. I want you to close your eyes and imagine how a marshmallow tastes.
Well, it tastes sweet and powdery and it melts in your mouth. They're really chewy.
They are?
It's like a ball of cloud that's been pelted with sugar. Very yummy.
All right, group 3, this is what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and imagine how a pretzel tastes. Can anyone tell me how a pretzel tastes?
Salty, dry.
So that's your job today, just to think about the pretzel. All right, so everyone knows their jobs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk out of the room for a bit. If you can hold off without eating the marshmallow, by the time I get back, you'll get a second one.
It's very, very hard, but I'll try.
All right, good luck. So just to recap, I told group 1 to imagine how a marshmallow looks. Group 2, how a marshmallow tastes. And group 3, how a pretzel tastes. Which group do you think is going to cave in and eat the marshmallows before I get back?
This is gonna be tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
So what's really interesting is that some of the kids are imagining the marshmallow is moldy cheese, and that's what keeps them from eating it.
That one's moldy cheese. We could eat it, but then if we don't eat it, we will get another one to eat later.
So group 2 was told to imagine how the marshmallow tastes. And as suspected, they're the ones having the hardest time not eating the marshmallow.
So just don't sniff it or else it'll make you want to eat it more. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Actually, the pretzel group is going pretty well.
I want to eat the marshmallow, but we're thinking about pretzels, right? Yeah.
All right, so it looks like some of the kids are having a really hard time resisting the temptation.
Trust me, you want this second marshmallow, believe me. Not to eat. Thomas, just eat. Yes, Thomas.
All right, boom, the first one's down. Looks like Thomas had a really hard time not eating the marshmallow. So what's also really interesting is that peer pressure is playing a big role here. Some of the kids are egging each other on, which could actually impact the experiment. Oh, looks like Carter from Group 1 is having a hard time. He ate his too.
Don't resist. Stop encouraging her. Don't do it, Mia.
Oh, and Mia from Group 2. She ate hers as well. Now it's time to go back into the room and see which groups caved in and which ones resisted. Okay, let's see who can get another marshmallow right now. All right, here you go. All right, good job, Group 3. Y'all got a second marshmallow. So let me look at Group 2. All right, so you ate yours. Okay, so, all right, or you get one.
Yay.
So Thomas, you ate yours as well?
Yep.
All right, Group 1. Let's see who can get a second marshmallow. Okay, you didn't eat yours. Okay, just one for now. All right, so you get another one too. All right, what happened? You ate yours? Okay, all right, I won't tell anyone. Okay, you too? Okay, all right. Oh, you have yours, okay. Here you go. So in conclusion, the group that had the hardest time not eating the marshmallows was the group that had to imagine how marshmallows taste. There's something about how marshmallow tastes in your mind that makes it very hard to delay gratification. The power of the mind is very strong. So thanks for taking part in the experiment, guys. Marshmallows for everyone. All right, go for it. One at a time. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Okay, I'm gonna drop it. I'm dropping the marshmallows. Let me go.
So I've been thinking a lot today about what came first, the chicken or the egg, and quite frankly, it's been getting me down a bit. So I've decided to distract myself with some very cute baby chickens or chicks. They're so cute and fluffy. I feel so much better about my complex chicken conundrum. So while I hang out here with my newfound friends,
How are you? Are you ready? Okay. So, what came first? The chicken or the egg? To find out, we need to unpack this a little further. It may come as no surprise to you, but I love myself an egg. All three. But what exactly is an egg? Essentially, an egg is a self-contained life support system, a lot like a space pod. Almost everything a chicken needs to grow and hatch is contained inside this egg. The only thing needed is for the mother to sit on it to give it some extra warmth and oxygen, and ta-da, you have yourself a chicken. So which did come first, the chicken or the egg? Our first clue is to look at chicken's legs. What you can see are chicken's legs have scales on them, very much like a reptile. Our second clue is to look at these really powerful claws that chickens have, very similar to what we see in dinosaur fossils, like the Tyrannosaurus rex. And studies even suggest that the chicken is a closer relative to the Tyrannosaurus than any other bird.
Because we know that dinosaurs laid eggs, and we know that the chicken and birds are distant relatives of dinosaurs, then we know that, drum roll please, the egg definitely came first. So remember, the next time you're holding a chicken, you're holding the closest thing to your own mini dinosaur. Who's the cutest dinosaur? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Come on. Who loves you, baby? Who loves you?
Thanks, Archie. But all I can think of now are large, fluffy chicken dinosaurs. Maybe you aren't so cute. Actually, they are very cute. Let's check out what's happening next time on Get Clever.